When you think about Hublot, there is a certain form that comes to mind. But let's also not forget the MP family of watches where Hublot really stretches its watchmaking muscles. The MP watches tend to have a few common denominators, all of which are radical in their own way, be it radical case architecture, radical movements, radical power reserve, and in some instances, radical regulating organs. We'll zoom in on two watches from this family today to run through some of these aspects, starting with the MP-09 Tourbillon Bi-Axis. Introduced at Baselworld 2017, the MP-09 is one of the more recent additions that Hublot's made to the MP family of watches. Right off the bat, the case shape of the MP-09 is unlike anything else out there, and at 49mm, it's got quite the presence. Looking at the complexity of the skeletonized movement design, you get the sense that this isn't your average watch, though time indication is quite classical, with a two-tier retrograde date display. But look at the power reserve indicator and we have one of the bigger talking points of the watch, a 5-day power reserve. However, the talking point of this watch has to be the biaxial tourbillon. This is Hublot's first take at a multi-axis tourbillon where the first rotates at the rate of a minute and the second at 30 seconds. If the instance of the MP-09 we're looking at right now looks unfamiliar, that's because this baguette diamond covered MP-09 is a piece unique. Moving quickly along to what is probably the flagship of the MP family right now, the MP-05 LaFerrari. Designed by the Hublot team from the ground up as a tribute to the supercar that the watch takes its name from, this particular piece we're looking at is the MP-05 LaFerrari Aperta. Crazy unusual case shape aside, the MP-05 LaFerrari Aperta case is made even more complex by the fact that it's made of all polished smoked sapphire. The movement of the MP-05 is a manual one. It tells time using display rolls, hour and minute on the right, seconds around the tourbillon cage, and power reserve on the left. But here's where things get really crazy. That column that you see running down the middle of the watch, that's 11 series coupled barrels that give the watch a total 50 days of power reserve. Now remember that this is a manual winding movement, and just so that it doesn't take you the 50 days to wind all 11 barrels, the watch does come with a set of tools. The first is a pocket tool to give it a quick juice on the go, and the second is a powered self-winding tool so that you can restore all 50 days worth of power reserve fast. The thing about it is that watches such as Hublot's MP-09 and MP-05 often leave us wondering, why go through the trouble of making such radical watches? Radical looks, movements, and power reserve. And at this level of watchmaking, the answer to that why often ends up being, why not?